Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Laughing Dragon Inn, Task Force Unlikely, Episode 3, Any Given Suneday. So, last time, our heroes went to the Red Wizard Embassy. It exploded in front of them, and then they investigated, because they're the good guys. You guys found a way in. It was guarded by gnolls who said you were impeding their investigation and you had to go. To which you guys took some amount of umbrage and eventually attacked them. A griffin landed behind you guys and 3 knights disembarked. One of them is a casual acquaintance of Lady Kaw, named Savra. There was an older lady who introduced herself as Ushien Stormbanner, and the halfling knight with his mount Grumpsy, who was named Sir Roland. Together, you guys kicked the shit out of those gnolls. And then you walked into the burning building. Kind of piecing together that this was a trap that the Red Wizard set for the Order of the Gauntlet, because all these people are dead. You guys then found the ambassador, who thought she was going to get away with it, locked in her fireproof room. She summoned some blood elementals who are really goopy and gross. You guys beat them up, and you took hostages of the ambassador and 1 gnoll back to the Hall of Heroes. And it was just metal from beginning to end. And yeah, I think that's everything. So,
so metal.
You guys, Ushien Stormbanner kind of takes like 3 steps ahead of everyone and just walks in like she owns the place and starts snapping at someone and pointing at them and pointing off. And then she kind of stalks after them like they are not doing the thing she just asked them to do right. And you guys have the Red Wizard ambassador, whose name is Chathan Garrus, and a gnoll, who no one has asked their name because it's a gnoll. But
that's a little racist.
He has one. I'm just saying no one's asked
him.
Yes, let me do that with all those words that I know that I heard his last name.
All right, lad, what's your name?
Ethak Spearbreaker.
That's a bit of a mouthful. All right, Ethan. So,
kind of.
This is just after the events of the last episode, right?
Yes. And if I remember correctly, Lady Kaw actually didn't follow you guys in. She went into her wagon because she was a little mad.
This was not how I expected my evening to go. I'm done.
It's fair. Tarbek's gonna sort of lean. I don't know if it's like in a police movie where there's like the interrogation table. Tarbek's gonna lean on a surface nearby, similar to that, and say, "Look, either we can do this the easy way, or wait about 8 hours for me to prepare Zone of Truth."
The ambassador will say, I can wait all night. Diplomatic immunity.
That is I mean, that is indeed the title of episode 2.
So Navira's still like holding her over her shoulder, right?
Yeah.
She'll like tighten her grip just a little bit. Just as like a warning.
Okay.
I mean, and also diplomatic immunity doesn't really work when you don't have an embassy anymore, and you kind of blew up yours.
I don't. My embassy was blown up by these thugs and hooligans, and she'll kind of gesture with her head at the Order of the Gauntlet temple in front of you.
Oh, okay. So would you say that under Zone of Truth?
Of course.
They kind of give a look at Navira, kind of just eyebrow raised.
I won't believe anything this wretch says until we've got a Zone of Truth on her.
Okay. Kind of, you see Ushien Stormbanner, like, in the distance, slam a door open and walk across a hall into another door that she slams open. And kind of, like, 2 knights kind of hustle behind her.
It was cool at first, but I think she just has some anger issues.
Maybe she just hates doors.
Stupid doors! Always in my way.
You're not wrong.
So you guys are kind of standing in the foyer area. You can see there's the, as I described, I think in the first episode, there's the kind of Colosseum sand pit where the people who were fighting have kind of stopped and are like leaning on their weapons and looking at you guys because you've brought in 2 hostages. One of them is over the shoulder of the scary tiefling. And a lot of people are making eyes at that knoll like, we have a knoll in the building. Should we be fighting it?
If I recall correctly, Navira is also still drenched in blood.
Everyone's
that's
being
true.
drenched
Yeah,
also true.
we're all like, we match with the Red Wizard. Like,
Tarbek is more on fire than usual.
So Lady Stormbanner kind of finally comes storming back out towards you guys and says, "We have a room. Come on."
Alrighty then.
just start following her.
Yep.
Not gonna argue with the lady who busts down doors.
And she
Said the lady who busts down doors.
It's a mutual respect thing.
she
Tarbek
leads
doesn't want his privacy violated in the future.
she leads you into a small room that has a little wooden desk and 2 chairs on, kind of either side, so 4 chairs total. So you can, play good cop, bad cop, and then the 2 hostages. And you can see there's like a kind of on one side of the room there's like a gramophone kind of cylinder thingy, like a horn. So it looks like maybe you could listen in from another room because the sound will carry. And Stormbanner's just like, just put him down. Tear wept. Okay. Today sucks. And she'll walk out.
So, you gonna do your zone of truth thingy, or are we just gonna wait for Ushien to come back?
So I don't actually have that spell prepared right now.
The Red Wizard will say.
I mean, again, the only difference between then and now is about 8 hours.
I mean, may not be able to keep her for 8 hours.
What are the rules about detention without trial here?
Like to see my solicitor, thank you.
Should I go get Lady Kaw, see if she has it prepared?
You certainly can.
If you want to.
She seemed pretty mad.
You are also in a temple full of clerics and paladins. One of them will have Zone of Truth prepared. You just have to find one.
All right, I'll stand up and stick my head out the door and shout in my most elderly priest voice. We need a Zone of Truth in here.
And yeah, some halfling who barely has any peach fuzz will kind of grab a little ritual book and box, and he'll kind of
I'll give him a thumbs up.
and he'll run in, and let me see. Zone of Truth is either a charisma or a wisdom save. I can never remember.
I think it's charisma. No, wait. I think it's wisdom.
Charisma.
Oh, it is. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. The Knoll says, "I'll tell you anything, man! Anything!" Because he rolled a natural 1. Oh, that is a 5, not a 15. The Red Wizard also failed.
Okay, Noel, first question. Do you actually know anything about what happened?
Building blew up. Ha!
That's vague.
Is that the full extent of your knowledge?
Guard the building that blew up. Ha!
Is that the full extent of your knowledge? It's a yes or no question.
Yeah, he'll kind of make that dog, puzzled face on his head, on the side of his head, and then he'll nod.
Who told you to guard the building?
Ha! I'll point to the...
Figures. Is the Red Wizard talking?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah, Zone of
Who's going
Truth.
to ask the questions?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you know who blew up the building?
The Knoll will shake his head, and the Red Wizard will just sit there silent.
Tarbek would kind of scratch his chin for a bit. If you didn't have anything to do with blowing up the building, sit there in silence. I don't know how this works.
She will say, "I did not blow up that building."
Do you know who did?
She will say, "I was told there was going to be a raid, and I should lock myself in that room. Apparently, I forgot to lock myself in that room."
As if a lock could stop me.
Also, you didn't answer the question. That is...
Sorry.
Take a note of that.
What was the question? She doesn't... She will say... She'll kind of shake her head. She doesn't know who actually blew up the building.
All right. Who told you there was going to be a raid?
A dwarven man.
What did he look like?
She'll say, a dwarven man, beard, a little salt and pepper, dark robe over armor.
Question. Can I use my artisan's blessing to do like a police sketch, but with like a piece of stone, like a bust?
Yeah, or like a tintype. You could make like a little tintype.
Oh, that would also work.
Yeah, because I think it does have to
like
be made
that.
of metal. So yeah, if you want to, it takes an hour, right?
Yeah, so I guess I'll be doing that throughout the interrogation process.
Okay.
Can we say that just to avoid just an awkward hour-long waiting period?
Sure.
Scenic scars are back.
Navira has out a notebook and is furiously taking notes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tarbek, are you trying to? Are you going to have her describe him and make the tintype like that, or are you going to make it look like someone and show it to her?
I'm going to have her describe him.
Okay, cool. That can happen.
Although, do I know anyone like who as she describes it, is it reminding me of anyone? Aside from every dwarf ever.
Yeah, it could be. At the Temple of Moradin, there were 15 people who matched that description. Father Imdarr is a male dwarf who has salt and pepper. That's also kind of it. But
yeah, kind of guessing that.
And wore armor. But he did not wear dark robes. He wore priest vestments. But, kind of, there's a quiet knock on the door. And Lady Savra sticks her head in and says, and sees that Tarbek is tintyping, and will say, Gayle and Navira, a word. And kind of step away from the door.
Navira will give one last look at the Red Wizard Ambassador and walk out the door, like a glare.
Gayle also slip out after Navira and close the door.
That's not ominous at all.
Sir Roland will kind of take your guys' place in the room, and he will continue asking questions and kind of helping Tarbek with the description.
If he does that, Navira will kind of slip her notebook to him.
Okay.
The previous notes aren't helpful because they're all written in Infernal, but he can continue taking notes in Common if he so desires.
He'll kind of look at it, look at you, like spin it around, like maybe that'll help. And look at you again. Just take out a quill and lick it and start writing in Common.
I'm tintyping with one hand, taking notes with the other.
Okay. So outside the little room, Ushien is just pacing back and forth. And a well-dressed man, kind of tiny mustache, kind of going bald, but he's pulling it off, and very, very upscale nobleman's clothes, rapier on his belt, is kind of standing there, and he says, hello, sorry to call you away from your investigation. My name is Lord Cathar Avon. I am looking for Father Imdarr. Have you seen him?
He was here earlier today. He gave us our mission. Is he not here now?
He is not, and as I understand, you are the last group to have seen him.
Navira's gonna look at Gayle, kind of like, oh, because he matched the same description as what the Red Wizard Ambassador was telling us. So she's like, okay, something's up.
He will say, yes, as I understand, you were part of the failed raid on the embassy, which we will talk about another time.
Failed?
Kind of. Look at
blew
you.
up.
Yes, it blew up and everyone in it died. Failed. And unauthorized, might I add. Imdarr was supposed to come talk to the Lord's Alliance before he did anything like this. And I have not heard from him in days.
Is that so?
Days. So, yeah, he sent us to go find evidence just today of bad dealings with the Red Wizards. And we did find a place in Skullport, like, that was doing bad stuff. And we came back and told him about it, and he sent us on the raid after that. That's all we know.
The portal going to Skullport isn't illegal.
He will say...
Sorry, I'm not there.
Yes. Interesting. You went today?
Yeah.
That's
just
correct.
like this morning.
Navira will look down at like her ruined clothes. She still got like wounds.
Big blob of blood just falls off your pauldron.
Gayle's still covered in like burn marks.
Yeah. Sorry. He meant the prior raid before. He can tell you where you guys were in a fight tonight. But he meant the fact-finding mission. He seems a little confused that you guys did it all in one day. It seems fast to him. Especially because, again, he was not informed. And he'll kind of look at Ushien, who will kind of shrug and kind of like, if she was wearing a watch and watches were a thing, she'd point at it like, "Let's go, dude." So, Lord Cathar will say, "I'm sorry to take you from your interrogation. You are not going to be able to keep the ambassador long. She is not wrong in that she does have diplomatic immunity. So unless you have something that'll really stick to her, boy, do I hate that we have to let her go, but..."
Yeah, Navira's gritting her own teeth.
He'll kind of look in, and Tarbek, Sir Roland has been asking questions, and it is a lot of, technically, she didn't do anything illegal. The Knolls all did the illegal things. And she can't be blamed for her employees doing things illegal.
Yes, she can.
That is quite literally, that is how embassies work.
She doesn't know what you're talking about.
That is, you do not understand the law at all.
I mean, like, accomplice. She's basically an accomplice. It doesn't matter if she didn't know about it.
She's an accomplice to light treason. She'll take that.
It's like 4 counts of conspiracy, at least.
At least.
So yeah, so the Lord in front of you guys will kind of be like, sorry to take up your time, and he'll gesture back to the room, and he'll turn around and start to walk off.
Wait, Navira asked if is there anything you would like to ask the ambassador before she's released?
Released.
He'll say, no, I know that I am not happy about this, and the Lord's Alliance is not happy about this. But we can't just be conducting raids without any sort of oversight, and this is going to look bad for all of us. Buildings can't just blow up in the city of Waterdeep. This isn't Troll Skull Alley. And start to walk off again.
Oh, I hear that's been happening a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real problem.
The crime rate is just like...
All right, so he walks off.
Yeah.
All right. Navira will rip open the door with the same veracity as Lady Ushien and walk back in.
Jeez. Ladies hate doors in this place.
Doors must have pretty sturdy hinges if they're still on them.
I mean, there is a bunch of paladins at this place.
No. They're all war clerics and paladins. These doors are reinforced.
Every time someone goes through a door here, Tarbek has to cast mending on it. That's why forge clerics are a thing.
So yeah, as you do, as you walk back in, Tarbek, you were finishing up the little kind of black and white photo, essentially, on tin you've made.
It's incredibly detailed.
It's very detailed. It's like one of those really impressive Etch-a-Sketches. And you kind of look at it, and yeah, no, it looks a lot like Father Imdarr. And if you show it to her, she will nod and say, that's him.
I'll show it to Navira and Gayle as well.
Oh, that's quite impressive. Do you do commissions?
Well, I mean, yes, actually. That is quite literally my job.
Don't understand.
I'll ask for your rates later.
Yeah.
But also, it looks like we got some more information. It turns out that Father Imdarr was supposed to go to the Lord's Alliance about this raid, and he didn't. So...
Okay, so, look, I don't want to make assumptions, but there's like 80% certainty he is a big traitor guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Ushien will walk in and kind of point at the Red Wizard and say, if you weren't under a zone of truth, I'd say you were a damn liar.
I'm going to hold up the tin skin.
You know, I see it. She'll say, this can't be. He is a good
It's
man.
looking like it is. Is there anything about Father Imdarr that you know that would potentially betray his betrayal?
No, the man is a war hero.
War heroes aren't always as clean as you think they are.
They are almost always much less clean than you think they are.
She'll kind of
99% of the time.
she'll say, I'm a war hero.
That statement still stands.
Tarbek kind of shrugs.
And she'll say, if we let this woman go, there is no justice. She is a monster.
I kind of look at her and look back at the other lady, look between them.
The other lady's just, or the Red Wizard's just like, it's not very fair and balanced. Scales of justice and all that. Lady.
This is why we always lose in the end.
If you want justice, I can let her get a head start.
Sir Roland will kind of look at you again and look back up at her and be like, I don't worship here, but that doesn't sound right.
Like I said, war heroes are a bit of a mixed bag sometimes.
I mean, I don't mind letting her go. If she's telling the truth, which, if she's in the zone of truth, she's an incompetent boob. And, you know, she's just gonna
Hurtful.
continue to be an incompetent boob forever. That's her own, you know, bad choices.
Wow.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love you.
Words hurt. And that's
Do they?
that's the truth.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Her employees basically had this whole giant operation just like under her nose, and she didn't know about it. She's such a moron that she couldn't figure out that there was a, gate to Skullport in her own embassy. How much of an idiot do you have to be?
No, I didn't know.
Did you?
Also outsmarted you.
Wait,
They also-
did she say I didn't know under the zone of truth?
She did.
They also left her alone to die in a burning building.
So she's both incompetent and unloved.
Take 3d6 emotional
Yeah, no,
damage.
she is just slouching in her chair. And she's...
I'm gonna turn to the Noel. Wait. I'm gonna turn to the Noel and say, "It's not true."
Oh, I don't like her.
Oh, red wizards don't have fire resistance because that was burned.
She'll kind of... the red wizard will put her hands in her head, or head her in her hands, and say, "If I talk more, what can you give me?"
Well, conspiracy charges tend to not carry as long a sentence as, and then Tarbek will start with legal jargon.
Gayle would just like kind of shush him a little and will say, "We can't give you a clean slate, but we can give you protection."
Yeah, as long as I'm not tried with him, that's cool. She'll kind of
Good.
push the knoll.
Guess there's betrayal at all levels today.
How you become ambassador?
Shut up.
The Zone of Truth is revealing a lot of things about politics that I'm not sure I wanted to learn.
Yeah. She'll say, How does this work? What do you want to know?
You give us our statement, you stay here with all the clerks that you didn't kill, and you just tell the truth.
Oh, they're gonna be thrilled with me. Okay. So yeah, she will. Are you guys gonna stay in the room while somebody takes a statement from her? Or...
Yes.
I mean, Gayle's job is done. She'll be like, "Call me in the morning," and she'll leave.
That lady was mean.
You deserve it.
It's probably fair.
You did get human trafficking. I forgot that for a second. I almost did feel bad for you, but then I remembered the slavery stuff.
It's legal in Thay.
Okay.
And I'm totally okay with it. So I'm not a good person.
Okay, well, the first step is admitting it.
Lawful evil. It's the best kind of evil? Is that helpful?
No.
Tarbek's gonna take his 10 thing and then go. He can't take it anymore. Just, I'll hand the 10 thing to Sir Roland on his way out.
Oh yeah, that's Father Imdarr for sure. Yeah, Navira, if you would like to stay, Navira, everyone else has gotten up, but she will essentially she will take away all of her "I'm not technically lying," and she'll say she knew bad stuff was happening. She did not know the specifics of the illegal dealings, and she did not know the teleportation, the portal went to Skullport. She actually thought it went to Thay. Yeah, she is willing to lay all these people out, because, as you pointed out, they were gonna let her die in there.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
We're surprisingly good at this.
Gayle is surprisingly good at this. Credit where credit's due.
It's true, actually.
She basically bullied somebody into confessing.
That usually
yeah,
What
doesn't
did it
work.
do? Bully him into confessing?
that's coercion. But yeah, she will say the Knowles did handle a surprising amount, and that they're more competent than they look, and that's you people being racist against Knowles. But yeah, and she says she had met the dwarf several times, always kind of in very shady locations, and was pre-warned. Not only that the raid was happening tonight, like was pre-warned ahead of time that a raid was going to come soon, and that people would show up, let them do whatever they wanted to get the illegal stuff from the Knowles, and then there'd be a raid later.
Navira takes copious notes on all of this. And she seems to be writing, like, more than what she's saying, as if she's, like, connecting dots.
Okay. Yeah.
Zoom out on the notes. It's a Pepe Silva chart.
Oh, no.
And she'll say, so yeah, if you could get me out of Waterdeep before, end of the month, that'd be great.
What happens at the end of the month?
Zone of Truth, damn it. There will be a visitor whose name is Zaz Tam. Damn it, Zone of Truth.
She can, like, not say anything.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
okay.
no, she knows, but she's just talking. And it feels good.
Would Navira know anything about Zastam?
Yes, she would. She would know he is the leader of Thay, the Zolkir of Necromancy, and that he has gathered 2 dread artifacts and probably needs to be stopped. Also, he's a lich, and he's super strong. He's kind of terrifying. But has been stopped before, several times even. He's like Dr. Doom. He's scary, and there's probably going to be a crossover about it, but you know the good guys are still going to win.
Navira suddenly feels the urge to protect a small little establishment of entertainment.
I'm just concerned about Doombots now.
They're a threat.
Yeah, Navira seems like her eyes like bulge just a little bit, but then she like draws it back and just keeps furiously taking notes.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Anything else you guys want to do in here?
Do Navira's notes just boil down to, at this point, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no?
I don't know that, but an Infernal maybe.
She's there's like a little bit of like panic, like the way it's written like seems just a little bit panicked, but it's almost laid out as like a report. Like it's very structured, and to like here are all the details and here's what could be implied from them. Just as much information as you can get as possible, but it's written very like
I can't use the word shit in here, but shit. Underline, exclamation point.
But if the interrogation's over and she knows that the ambassador is taking care of Navira Wartire, because she's still hurt.
Did you want some Healy bits?
I'm fine.
All right.
She's just like, there's like just blood like leaking out of her arm. There's a little bit of on her notepad.
Is that yours or?
I don't even know at this point.
Okay.
Because there's also like old dried blood on previous pages.
Yeah.
It's obviously isn't the first time this has happened.
Does the lay on hands thing work for like hepatitis?
I mean, you can expend 5 to cure disease, so
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. If you're not up to date on tetanus, Cure 5. Looking.
Roll for bloodborne pathogen.
Okay. Gayle, do you like straight walk out of the building?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm done.
After about 5 minutes, can I get a perception check, please?
Okay. Ooh, that's a natural 20.
Oh.
And then, so it equals out to a 25.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I think you notice.
Yeah.
Gale's doing real good this session.
See everything.
As you were walking, you notice someone has fallen in behind you and is following you.
Oh my. So is there like an alleyway I can try to duck behind coming up, or?
Oh, yes.
So I'll try to keep like as calm as possible, and as I get to the alley, I'll duck behind it and then cast dancing lights like in front of me.
Okay. Okay.
So like, because how far behind me is he or them?
They're like 45 feet away from behind you. Like they are keeping a solid distance, but it is clear they are matching your movements.
Okay, so I'll still duck behind the corner, but I'll wait till like I hear them get a little closer, and then I'll just like hold on to the dancing light.
Okay. Is your intention to like blind them, distract them?
Both or one or the other. If I can't do like, I just want something like in their face.
Okay.
And I don't have any other spells.
Pocket sand.
So pocket sand, dazzler, dazzler. Kind of. You dancing lights, and I'm gonna do this guy. You see someone kind of God. Cool, thanks, lady.
What? That was your fault. You're following me, asshole.
I just wanted to talk, man.
Can I see who it is?
Yeah. So, kind of as they kind of blink the stars out of their eyes, you see a drow man with a shield on his back, and give me an intelligence check.
Oh, he said drow. That would hurt a lot.
That's not good. 8.
Okay. Liz, you would know that this is some kind of flintlock pistol. Gayle is like, what the hell is that thing? And yet he'll kind of rub his eyes and say, boy, you know what? No, it's fine. It was weird. My bad. I just wanted to say it's unfortunate what happened to your friends, the knights. Man. I'm cool.
Well, I'm cool.
I said I'm cool.
Oh. I don't care about you.
I'm not. Anyway. So yeah, he just kind of I'm sorry.
Who are you?
Who? What?
Who are you? Who are you?
My name is Felrek.
Falrek.
Yeah.
Is that a last name?
Laughin?
Ah.
So, I didn't catch yours, fellow drow.
I didn't give it.
Fair. Damn it. He'll just say, no, I thought maybe, you know what, never mind, this was stupid. And he'll kind of back up and kind of start running away.
Hey, no, wait. Ah. Weirdos. And Gayle is going her way.
Yep. And you head back to your uncle's shop, which I presume is where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to bed.
Cool. Jay, has Lady Kaw been doing anything in her wagon during this time?
I mean, getting herself clean, cleaning, and then just going to sleep, having some wine.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Some dwarven holy water.
Yeah, and Navira and Tarbek, do you kind of wrap up your interrogation and head in for the night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have armor measurements?
Me?
Yes.
I don't know what that would entail.
You would know what size. You would know your armor measurements. It's like,
Okay.
Yeah, it's like shirt sizes. You would know.
Yeah.
Especially, how kind of serious you are about all this. You would know your armor measurements.
Like, on the prime material, I get different sizes than I get on this other plane. There's no standard.
Look, I've been to the Shadowfell a couple times. They go like by letter instead of number in some of those places. It's
Why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense.
No,
Stupid shatter guy.
Yeah, Navira will give.
Tarbek with a measuring tape.
And a step
Navira-
ladder.
Yeah, can't. I need mage hand. Somebody.
Navira will give him her measurements. I'm sure even if they are, like, there is a different standard on different planes, she's found hers in Faerun by now.
Okay, yeah. And Tarbek, yeah, you can get not Gayle, jeez, Navira's armor measurements. So you can adapt some plate mail.
Wonderful.
Okay. So. And at some point while you guys are standing there, you probably would have seen a fairly upset Ushien Stormbanner walk past you, slam a door she's not even going into, and then continue to walk out.
So
Tarbek just gonna put his measuring tape away and just be like, "All right then, see you tomorrow."
Good night.
Ushien door slam.
Good work today. And he just kind of wants to get away from the door slamming.
Well, she has walked outside at this point.
I know, but now he just feels like he needs to leave.
Okay.
Like he's nervous now.
What if she
Like
comes
the air,
back?
the air of the room has changed to the point where Tarbek is no longer comfortable.
Oh, for
Watch
sure.
out for the doors.
Yeah, it has.
One of them just hits Tarbek in the face.
Ow.
I told you
Whatever.
to watch out.
I was watching out. Don't worry, my beard cushioned the blow.
Not his helmet, but his beard.
Okay. So, everybody gets a long rest.
Yay!
Clerics can reselect your spells if you want, although I don't know if we'll get into a fight this episode. But anyway.
Boilers.
So, in the morning, what does everyone do?
Stretch. Gotta start the day right. Eat a healthy breakfast. Probably go over to Kaw's and see if she's awake. After doing like my morning church stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at about what time in the morning are you done with your morning church stuff?
That's a great question.
Tarbek seems like the early riser type.
He does.
Gets up at like 4 a.m. Yeah, so probably around 7, he's at Kaw's wagon. He's not going to wake her up, but if she's awake already.
Yeah, if you go to the wagon, you can probably hear her moving around in there.
Knock twice.
Okay.
Ask again later.
All right, then. And Tarbek will just leave.
Oh no, as soon as she recognizes the voice, you can kind of hear the bar go up on the door. It doesn't open, but it's unlocked.
Gonna push it open, go inside. I'll pet it was a goat, right? That you had?
It's a mule.
A mule.
Birdsong.
Yeah, I got a carrot or something when I was in the market. I'll give it to the mule.
Okay, awesome.
She's just going about her morning routine. Like, she's dressed, but she's not quite clearly all together yet. Like, there's a little mirror on one of the walls. She has a little board by it. She kind of pecks at that a few times, checks her beak, does it again.
Sorry, should I have brought some coffee?
Absolutely.
Next time, I will remember to bring coffee.
Yes.
This probably goes on for a while. It's a very one-sided conversation.
Yeah. Gayle, what do you do in the morning?
Gayle would have probably dropped off all the money she got freelancing last night, and then taken a well-deserved nap.
Yeah, your uncles kind of are just staring at the money pile, and probably when you wake up from the nap, they are having a quiet conversation about the money pile, but they haven't touched the money pile.
And then in the morning, she probably would have gotten to work and started working on working on locks and other things like that, like jobs, I guess, until someone comes and gets her.
Okay, cool. And Navira.
Navira has spent pretty much all morning cleaning all of the blood off of herself, just getting it off her armor.
Yeah.
She's picking it out of her fingernails and doing all that. She's also organizing all the information that she procured. And if she has a way to relay that to her patron, she's going to. I don't know if she does. Yes, Jay?
So she cleaned all the blood off in the morning, which means she slept in.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
It's not the first time something like that has happened.
Ooh.
Probably the first time it's been that much, though.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Cool. Gross. Yeah, to contact your patron, you would probably have to leave this place and go find kind of an intermediary, because the paladins don't quite have the same relationship that clerics do.
Okay.
But for sure, you could go give those notes to someone and they will relay the information.
Okay, once she's got all her armor cleaned off, she'll go and do that.
Okay.
Patron.
I'm sure she has an established one already for being here for so long.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And yeah, you go talk to her, and she kind of thanks you and grabs your hands, and then takes your notes and starts flipping through them, and it's just like, shit.
A lot of
no shit.
What was that, Jay?
a lot of oh no's in here.
This page is just a groan. That can't be. But yeah, and then do you head back to the Hall of Heroes?
I do.
Okay. You see Lady Stormbanner is outside smoking a cigarette, and she'll kind of offer you a fresh one.
No thanks.
Has a door freestanding in a frame next to her so she can slam it whenever she wants.
Yeah. It's a terrible habit, I know.
Sure you don't have a fresh door lying around?
I get it. Just kind of...
Wait, when she said terrible habit, was she talking about smoking or door slamming?
That's up to you.
Yes.
So, she'll kind of flick the cigarette and look at you, Navira, and say, I'm sorry about yesterday. You did good in there. Lots of good stuff. What chapter are you with again?
What chapter am I with? Because I don't know yet. I mean, I'm assuming Navira would know, but...
let's see.
Hope Navira knows.
Yeah.
He's like,
Where's my book?
The one that lets me kill red wizards?
I'm hoping that would be most of them.
That is probably most of them. There we go, tier. Knights of the Merciful Sword is probably the one you are kind of associated with.
How ironic. But she'll relay that to Ushien.
I know a little bit about like the tier lore, if that is. There's two. One of them is like the more good order, and the other is the more lawful order. If I recall correctly, the more lawful one is the Knights of the Holy Judgment, and then there's the Knights of the Merciful Sword. I think the more good one. That might be out of date.
I like Knights of the Merciful Sword's name, though. We're gonna go with that one.
That's fair.
And she has said she is from the Knights of Samular, which are a knightly order kind of in the Desserin Valley. They probably have a mixed reputation from wherever you were from. People tend to respect her, but the order has kind of fallen on not hard times, but they are just not what they used to be. It's changed a little bit. It's kind of gotten enrollments up, but it's still not what it used to be. But anyway, yeah, so she's kind of like, okay, cool, yeah. No, but good job in there. You kept your head, and that's important.
I've seen a lot of battles.
Yeah.
You did well in there as well.
It's just lost a lot of good knights.
Mm-hmm. My condolences.
I hope.
I've seen many men fall in battle. It never gets easier.
No. I hope their death was not in vain. And if they were faithful of the foe hammer, I hope it was glorious. Though I doubt it was. She'll say, did you know Father Imdarr long?
Only for the day. I never suspected him of treason, though I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
No, but if you had known him longer, I've known him for 40 years. Anyway. Yeah.
You hear like a swear in Dwarven coming from the Vardo wagon. There's no way you could have pulled that hand two rounds in a row. You have to be cheating.
My reply is no.
Navira will turn to her name suddenly escapes me.
Ushien.
Ushien. Why?
Ushien
She'll
door
turn to
slamming.
Ushien. She'll turn to Ushien and say, even in the face of corruption, justice always fails. I assure you that we will bring the Red Wizard organization to justice. It has been my primary mission for almost a year now, and I would love nothing more than to see them. And I'm sure you feel the same.
She'll kind of lean forward. I do, but justice always fails?
Prevails.
That makes a lot more sense. Never mind, then.
So kind of like, how did you even get that?
No, that's why she was confused. She's like, what? Because that...
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, that is...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay,
yeah,
it wasn't just me.
Okay. Justice always prevails. That sentence makes a lot more sense now. And she is not questioning you, and she kind of nods and says, yes. And though justice is slow, maybe we can hasten its steps.
She'll like hold her hand out for like a warrior grip.
Yeah, and she'll kind of...
Now let's go slam some doors.
I'm proficient in door slamming. It was a feat, but it's worth it.
Tarbek at this point will sort of come out of the wagon, stretch again. He's got a box under his arm. He's going to walk over, hand it to... Sorry, how was the name pronounced again? Not yours, the other lady.
Ushien.
Ushien. Hand it to Ushien.
Mm-hmm. And she'll kind of take it.
Does she open it?
Yeah, she'll open it.
It's a box of door hinges.
Navira is stifling her laughter.
Thank you kindly, Brother Tarbek.
Tarbek seems incredibly earnest. I'm glad to be of service. Regarding the events of last night, are there any other anything else you need our help with?
She'll say, well, it is paramount we find Father Imdarr. The Red Wizard has given us the location where she said she met with Imdarr. If you'd like, you could go investigate.
Now, I did know Imdarr before, right?
You did.
Okay. And do I know, like, his family or anything like that?
Yeah, he is a confirmed bachelor, but
yeah, but like dwarf family.
Yeah, he's kind of the only notable member of his family. He is indeed a war hero. He helped stop the rise of Tiamat, and kind of he was in the War of the Silver Marches, kind of as like a knight commander. So, yeah, his family, he is the only notable son of his family. Like, his line doesn't really go back that far.
Very unusual.
It's not... It's kind of him. Which... Yeah, you may think that... There's a couple things that you might flag as unusual. One, that it's just him. Or two, that he would throw away his family's only honor if he was the one to kind of ruin it all. It doesn't work. That's not very dwarf kind of glory to the clan mentality.
If they have an evil twin, because they already have the beard. Do they have a goatee on top of the beard, or
It's a second smaller beard growing from the beard.
yeah?
Yeah, or it's like that episode of Star Trek where Riker pulls off part of his beard. When it's the evil transporter clone. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Anyways.
Or evil twin dwarves gonna be clean shaven.
Oh, no one's that evil.
It's probably that one. It's probably the clean-shaven one.
It's like sacrilege.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. But she'll say if you guys want to go investigate that location. If not, she'll have something else soon. It may just be running messages. She'll say Lord Cathar is supposed to come back with more members of the Laurel Alliance. Fun. And they're going to talk some more. Fun. So if you if you want to get out of here for that, that's probably smart.
Please.
I'm going to hand... no, I guess I don't have anything on me. Never mind. I was going to give her a flask of dwarven holy water, but I think I've run out.
Okay. But yeah,
So yeah,
okay.
I would not be opposed to investigating rather than just standing around here for 51 minutes.
Oh no, we can just shoot the shit. No, let's go do something. This is Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, map of Waterdeep.
Do we want to bring Gayle with us, or are we just gonna like?
Just leave her.
I did assume you were going to go get Gayle.
It's probably like 10 by this point. Is Gayle still asleep?
No, I was up. I was in my uncle's shop making cloth.
Oh, right.
No, we're just like all up gathering our stuff, and suddenly we all collectively go, "Oh shit!"
Second
Gayle!"
question.
Right.
Do we know where the shop is?
I think it was somewhere between here and the Moradin Temple.
I think it was somewhere in Waterdeep.
Yeah,
That narrows it down.
Tarbek would have walked essentially with her up until a certain point, up through the trade ward, but he may not know the specifics of it. Gayle, did you tell them your last name?
I don't think so.
I don't think you did either.
Nope.
So,
Can I find the general neighborhood and then cast the message cantrip?
you might have to do it a couple times, but sure.
I mean,
I
I
just
worked for
can't
the
read.
order before. You could just go ask them my
You
name.
could just go do that.
That is a much better idea.
Hi, is this Gayle?
I'm saying nothing.
Sorry, wrong.
So eventually,
Yeah, so eventually you find out that, she has her uncle's shop is in an alley off the Way of the Dragon Street in the Trade Ward. So yeah, you guys make your way through various streets of Waterdeep. You are accosted several times by people trying to sell you food and or some sort of holiday regalia. Yeah, somebody's trying to get you to buy a very suspicious looking sausage on a bun. 2 copper. And that's cutting me on throat. Huh? Huh?
Is it like a detect actual meat spell?
Huh? This is not
That's
meat.
the zone of truth
never
on the just deceptive food.
If it has more than 4 syllables, I won't eat it.
So yeah, you guys, how subtle are you guys being? Are you just like gonna walk into her shop? Are you gonna knock? Are you gonna try and get her to like, or just like bust in?
It's a shop, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't
Can't
know.
I just go and like,
You can
hello
do-
there, I'd like to speak to Gayle, please.
Navira's not known for her subtlety.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm asking. You guys aren't a subtle bunch.
They heard me coming before they saw us get to the door.
I feel like we left our subtlety in this shop and we need to get it before we leave.
A little bit.
Okay. Let me pull up. Yeah, you guys walk into the shop and there is a man behind the counter, and he says, "Hello, welcome."
Hi there.
Hi. Welcome to Abernathy and Forsyth Spectacular Locks.
All
Lady
right.
Caw's just gonna jangle and see if Gayle will recognize the sound.
She's back behind us, like,
Just like shaking an arm.
Can I hear it from the shop?
Yeah.
I'll use thaumaturgy to make it slightly louder.
Yeah, you hear jangle, 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 jangle. And the man behind the counter is just kind of staring at you. And he like...
There's a reason for this. Give it a second.
Yeah, I'm very clearly just like looking past him, around him, trying to spot something.
I said, can I help you with anything?
We're
Yes.
when does Gayle get here? How long does this go on for?
As long
Gale's
as...
just in the
I mean,
doorway.
one of you who can use
Staring
words
at
could
you.
ask.
Yeah.
I did
no.
ask.
This plan seems to be working.
It's I'm about just like Navira stop him from asking.
Yeah, Gayle, your Uncle Bran will kind of look at you and say, friends of yours?
Yes.
Okay. Make yourselves... It's a shop. Home isn't the right word. You make yourselves welcome.
We're not going to stay for long, don't worry. Although, I actually... How much for a lock? I do need one.
Well, he'll kind of gesture to everything, and he says, "We sell locks of varying quality and strength for various costs. What's your budget?"
Substantial, but not limitless.
Well, yeah, like, you can buy, essentially, locks that have a higher DC for more money. So, you can buy
Fair
a
enough.
really shitty, like, bike lock for, like, 10 copper. But it's, like, DC 10 to cut it off. Or you can buy some, top-of-the-line, platinum-plated nonsense that is easily enchanted for, like, 150 gold.
How much for like a gym lock? Something sturdy, but won't be broken open easily.
Yeah, he'll kind of pull out a kind of small box of locks, and he'll say, "This is our most popular lock, it's 5 silver.
I will buy that lock. This is a rather good deal.
And
You guys magically produce these, or
no?
Oh, wow!
He'll kind of
impressed.
He'll kind of look and smile at Gayle.
All right, I will gladly pay 5 silver.
Thank you kindly.
Navira will pull out her notebook and ask, like, how much to put a lock on this?
He'll say, well, it's a little more difficult because of the size. We could do something small and very flimsy. He'll kind of put up a finger and he'll walk into the back. And you kind of hear him shuffling through a couple things.
It is his turn to make jangly noises.
Yeah. And he will come back out with a very fine-looking chain that kind of will wrap around the book like an X, and you can kind of put the lock in the center. And the lock is fairly complex and complicated looking for such a small lock. And he says, this is delicate work, so it is more expensive. 5 gold.
I'll take it. And once she's got it, she immediately wraps it around the book.
Okay. Cool.
And pockets it.
Cool.
What was the reward for the mission again? Just how much money? I don't remember.
You got paid 300 gold.
Yes.
Right.
You and Lady Kaw both got paid 300 gold. Gayle got paid 400 gold because she took Navira's share of it. And Navira took the lesser gold plus a house.
That was 200 gold that she took.
Who took? Navira took.
Navira took.
Navira took 100 gold and gave it to Gayle.
Okay. Just making sure that I got all the finances right. For some reason, it says on my sheet that I have a bunch of gold that belongs to the party, and I don't know where that's from.
Wow.
Probably when we were pooling money to totally not buy.
Right. Yes. So I think 100 of that goes back to each of you.
It was like 15 apiece, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Okay.
While everyone's busy buying locks and stuff, Gayle's gonna go upstairs and get changed to be like
roguish.
get into her adventuring gear. Because she was personally in her locksmithing gear when you guys showed up.
Backstory.
She didn't even ask any questions. She's just at party.
Okay.
Oh, the people who I did adventuring stuff with are here. I am probably going to want me to go do more adventuring stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just this is just a pleasant episode. We're just learning about people's lives.
I mean, we did start with an interrogation, but beyond that, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone really uphill, hasn't it?
Okay. And yeah, how long does it take you to get ready, Gayle? Are you like, I don't know. I don't want to say like putting on your face, but like, is there any kind of, do you have to like psych yourself up? How complicated is your silk wrapping thief clothes?
Are you
I
a
think
quick changer, or am I totally legitimately beating Tarbek at cards again?
How do you get a full house again?
I think it's more of a quick change. Just like she has to take off her glasses because she wears prescription glasses during the day.
Okay.
She has bad eyesight during the day, at least.
It's a lot of up close fine work, but that's not good on your eyes.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Gayle comes back down, 5 minutes later. And your uncle kind of, you going out again?
Yeah, freelancing. Be back soonish, probably. I don't know.
Be safe.
Okay, and I'll like bend down and give him a little kiss on the cheek.
Okay. You'll kind of lead in. Your friends seem nice.
Wait, sorry, I didn't ask. Is the uncle, is that a human, halfling, or?
He is a human.
Okay.
If it's Bran, he's a dwarf, I think.
Oh, he's a dwarf? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Grigor was the human.
Oh, you're right. I didn't scroll down far enough. My bad. Yes. Sorry, he is a dwarf.
Putting a pin in that.
Don't
Or
put pins
explain.
in dwarves. They find it uncomfortable.
Hey. Yeah. He'll kind of... Be safe. Love you.
Bye. I'll push everyone out the door.
That's... What a lovely family you have, Gayle.
Eee.
Yes.
Okay, are we gonna go murder people now? What are we doing?
Science point, yes.
Kind of. Little bit jumping the gun there. Maybe we can keep our hands relatively clean this time.
Usually that's how these things end.
Reply hazy,
Well-
try again.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
And we go.
So... Okay. So you guys head to the location described by Ushien Stormbanner that she got from the Red Wizard. And you guys kind of pull up into a surprisingly well lit and kind of functioning alley. Like, it's essentially a side street. People are just cutting through to get between the two streets, and it's even got like a couple little stalls in it. It's just way too narrow to be considered a side street. But yeah, and she says it was by they would meet by the kebab stand kind of there and buy kebabs. And there's a guy.
Tarbek will buy a kebab.
Kebab! You can get, they have rat, fish, vegetable, mystery meat.
Which is also probably rat.
Yeah, well, if rat's actually named on the menu, what do you think? I don't even know what mystery meat would be.
I don't want to know what
Mystery
mystery
flavor.
is.
Chicken. Yeah, you tell me what it tastes like. Cheeseburger. I'm writing that down. Sure.
Getting hints of kobold.
I'll take the fish.
Okay. Yeah, he'll hand you a kebab that's got like a fish head and then like 3 shrimp and then like a fish tail.
Works for Tarbek. Anyways, now it's time to do actual detective work.
Okay.
And not just have like a pleasant shopping trip in the plaza, which seems to be what we've been doing.
So yeah, how do you guys want to do this?
Do we know if they met during the day?
She'll say they met at all times. More recently, it had started to become more and more during the day. At the beginning, she kind of insisted it be at night, but as urgency grew from Imdarr, they started meeting more and more during the day.
All right. Navira will go up to the kebab stand manager and she'll start describing Father Imdarr to him and as, have you seen this man meeting with someone here frequently?
Yeah, lots of people.
Lots of people?
Yeah.
Do you know who?
One of them was a real creepy looking lady. Shaved head, tattoos.
She was creepy.
Pull out the tin thing.
Yeah. That fellow, yeah.
Okay,
He'll say...
You've been way more helpful than I thought a random guy on the street would be.
He'll say, yeah, one of my best customers.
Oh.
He'll say, met with a couple of drow. That was at night. And then some dark-clad folk. I don't mean to pass judgment, but they seemed shady.
It's fair.
Navira will kind of look at the menu and I don't know if you can judge on being shady.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Kind of side-eye Navira at that one.
She'll ask again if... Do you know who any of these people were? Do you have any names?
He'll say nobody ever used names.
Fair enough.
Yeah, though I heard one of the dark clad folk. I heard Bloody Bet. That sounds like a thing. Yeah. Yeah.
As he says that, she's just like bringing it up. All right, well, you've been surprisingly helpful. Did you hear anything else?
He'll kind of like push a couple kebabs at you. Can't say I have.
Navira will look at them
Which
and then move over for
flavor
Tarbek.
kebab? Like, is he pushing two chicken kebabs at us, or are they two mystery meat kebabs?
No, he'll push one of the nicer kebabs. Yeah, the chicken or the rat.
Navira will like
mystery meat kebab.
jerk her head at Tarbek. She's like, I'm not eating that.
She's asking if you want seconds.
Is this like the rat kebab?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
It's a local delicacy.
Kind of like
I'll take the rat if you want the chicken.
yeah. I'll give Lady Kaw the rat.
Yeah. It's pretty good, Lady Kaw. Really soaks up that flavor. The flavor might be sewer, but it really soaked it up.
Oh, it's so gross.
Oh dear.
It's not the worst thing I've eaten.
Okay. Yeah. So that's all this guy pretty much knows. He's not up on city politics, so he couldn't tell you if any of them were like from a faction or anything.
Can I do some more investigation around this alley, see if you noticed anything?
Sure. Would you like to ask people questions or like physical investigations?
Both, if I can.
Okay.
Have guidance.
I will guidance Gayle if she wants to do some investigating as well. So
Okay,
both of you have guidance.
sure. I'll look around like the door or just like the immediate area of his house to see if like there's anything weird about it.
Okay.
Ooh. I got a 16.
Okay.
23.
Ooh.
Okay.
as a stray cat started following the group.
So 16, you're kind of looking around Navira, and this alley does seem to get a lot of traffic, but you notice someone kind of they're trying to blend in, but they are wearing dark clothes, kind of hood up, leaning against another part of the alley. And as you've kind of noticed, as soon as you guys got there, this person is like trying to keep their head down, but they don't want to run because that would draw more attention to themselves, but they are trying to avoid your gaze.
Lurk casually.
Gayle, looking around this kind of the doorway, you see it looks like a note has been stuck in the door jamb, kind of it's hidden, like you wouldn't know, you wouldn't just see it just kind of looking at it, but you kind of see like a hidden note that you pull out and you open, or if you open it, it says, meet us at the yawning portal tonight.
Oh. Something's happening. And I'll point that out to Navira. Like, hey, clues.
Looks like we're taking a trip to the yawning portal. And she'll like subtly point out the man in the black, and she'll just say, "You're probably much better at this than I am," and like motion to him.
Like, girls just like look at her like killing? Because I think you're better at killing. Or do you want me to go and like talk to him?
Tarbek will just at the immediate mention of killing, just
I think the killing would make a scene.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you for saying I'm good at it. That feels nice. Yeah, no. Talk to him.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Go over there.
oh no, it's too affectionate.
She's just mad I closed my door on her.
Oh.
Okay. So I go, like, I will also be a very, maybe hopefully not as noticeable lurking up to the guy.
Okay.
Are you about to make a stealth check? Would you like advantage?
Yeah, do you want to, like, try and, like, pick this guy's pocket, or do you want to just go talk to him?
I was going to go sidle up to him and, like, be like, hey, buddy, what you doing?
Just waiting for my coach. Minding my own business.
Coach down here? I mean...
Yeah, it's on the bus line.
And now I'll try to pick his pocket.
It's not on a bus line. Go ahead. Sleight of hand.
Oh no, 10.
Can
Oh, do I still have guidance?
Someone could have tapped you for guidance.
I was gonna say I cast guidance if she's doing that.
Okay, so that's a 12.
Does not feel like the type of thing Tarbek should be guiding, but
I would.
It's for a good cause.
Yeah, no, you kind of root around in his pocket, and you feel like not even subtly. You're like in there for like a minute. And he's just head down, looking at the street. And you find, you would say the other half of the paper you found, like it looks like it's ripped from the same thing.
Oh.
And a couple gold in his pocket.
Nice.
Oh, and a key. You find a key.
And a longsword.
+1 long sword.
Can I see what the paper
Look, a
says?
rare
MacGuffin.
magic item.
Find the book of vile deeds in his pocket.
A whole
Did I find his
beholder.
wallet?
A beholder comes out. You found his walking around money.
Nope, like I was thinking, like, did I find an ID with his like name on it?
Not with a 12, no.
Aw.
Driver's license.
It's his library card.
Oh well, thanks for helping, bud. Talk to you later. I'll walk back.
Yeah, keep it sleazy.
So I'll walk back and like show everybody what I've gotten and be like, so I think that guy left the note I found.
Navira will hold up the other note to compare.
Yeah, and they puzzle piece
Yeah.
back together.
Why would he leave half a note? I think the note was meant for him.
I mean, I think he like wrote it on a piece of paper and then split the paper in half because you don't want to waste paper. It's pretty expensive.
Gayle is right on both counts.
And they really bleed you here.
Look, I respect a thrifty group of shady individuals. We'll go meet them at the yawning portal.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Yeah.
Cannot predict now. I'm actually going to jangle up to Mr. Shady and just try to, like, get a look at his face.
You see kind of a scruffy-looking human man, maybe 19, kind of pointed features, trying real hard to grow a beard. It's not working, kind of hair swooped. He's not pulling off any of this. And just kind of, real thin face, gawky. Just kind of... Oh, bird person.
Yes.
Okay. That's it? You just want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Casually sketch that out later.
Okay. There we go. To the yawning portal?
To the yawning portal.
To the yawning portal.
I mean, it's a little early to be going to the bar, but I'm not complaining.
I mean, I'm assuming there's like a time skip.
It's
Probably just because they said tonight, right?
They did say tonight. So...
We should settle down and like scope the place out and buy a few drinks, that kind of thing.
You doesn't.
It's like it's noon. You could probably go back if you're if you're on the clock right now. And like, are you?
Nah, it's freelance job, so I can pick up whenever I can.
All right. Tarbek's drinking beer like it's water.
For him, it pretty much is.
He's a dwarf.
Okay. So you guys head into the yawning portal, and it is a large open tap room. It's got a couple floors, and the most notable feature is the titular yawning portal, which is the big kind of well-style hole in the ground that has a pulley system that people occasionally will lower themselves down into Undermountain for. And it costs a gold to go down and a gold to go back up. Durnan usually insists you pay the gold to go back up before you go down. And then if you don't ever come back up, that's just pure profit. There is a... if you've ever been here before, there's always the same guy behind the counter. It's kind of this,
Cleaning the same glass.
He's just got the same idle animation. He's cleaning the same glass. He's kind of dressed like a Western saloon keep. He's kind of got big mutton chops that go into his mustache, a Chester A. Arthur kind of thing. And just sitting there. And it's noon, so it's got like a light lunch rush for people trying to get hammered before the second part of their shift. But yeah, there's a couple people around, and
Tarbek will go up to the counter and go, "Tell me what you know about the Reapers." No, he will nod. First of all, in acknowledgement of the mutton chops, he has to give some respect to that. And he will order some drinks for the group. Light drinks, because it's noon.
yeah, some ciders.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Durnan will put down 4 mugs and kind of pour a light appley brew into them.
Don't know how much that is.
Yeah, they're like 3 copper apiece. It's the cheap stuff.
Fair enough.
It's what they serve kids.
We have just gotten fantasy pabs. That's where we're at right now.
And yeah, there's a bunch of empty tables. Do you guys want to sit at the bar, at the tables?
Let's sit at the tables, I guess.
Okay. And yeah, you guys can sit here. Kind of. Is there anything you guys want to talk about or discuss before the next thing happens?
Navira is definitely like scoping the place out, like getting a lay of the battleground. Should a fight break out, she's also clearly marking exits.
Okay.
And quick ways to get to them should she need to block them off.
Tarbek is using his measuring tape this time on Lady Kaw.
So, Navira, something. First of all, the hole in the ground is going to be a wild card.
She makes clear note of that.
Like, you could use that as a weapon if you Spartan kick someone down it, but then people can also escape down there. I mean, they're escaping into Undermountain, but they're still escaping. So, it's kind of pros and cons. Okay.
If we are set up in just like a public place for some time, Lady Kaw will do some telling. It's cause.
Okay. Yeah. Waterdeep is, it's fantasy New York. Everybody's seen everything here, but people do seem interested in the Kenku fortune teller, and you have a fairly steady stream of people coming up and kind of chatting you guys up. You're still an unusual group. Chatting you up, getting their fortune told. All that.
Tarbek will be going in and out, probably heading around, collecting metal and whatnot.
Picking up scraps.
Not picking up scraps necessarily, but yeah, picking up scraps.
Okay.
Picking up
A little bit. They're probably, by the time he gets back, they're probably ingots. His artisan's blessing is ridiculous.
Okay. Okay. So, you guys are sitting here, and after a while, the ratty gentleman you guys saw earlier kind of pulls his way in and sits at the bar and kind of takes a red handkerchief and throws it over his shoulder and then orders a drink and just kind of he seems again very nervous, like he's constantly checking his corners.
Tarbek will sort of nod to the rest of the group.
Lady Kaw's going to respond with an, "Are we there yet?"
Tarbek will shrug. Gayle, do you have a thieves' cant thing or whatever that you can do for this?
Sure. Yeah, think so. But I don't know how that's gonna come in handy. He's not the guy. We're supposed to wait for the people he's supposed to meet, right?
Did he leave the note for us? I thought.
I thought he left it for Imdarr. Or because I don't think anybody told me like where we were going.
That we took. So whoever was supposed to get that note didn't
get it.
because we have it. We're good at plans, guys.
Who here is good at lying? Gayle, you want to do some lying?
Okay.
Gonna cast guidance. Go get him, Tiger.
So Gayle will go over to the bar.
And he'll kind of look up, and as soon as he sees you, he is like head down again, like, nope, this is not happening.
Hey, I recognize that hand. How you doing, guy from this morning? Or this afternoon?
Hey, buy you a drink?
Of course.
Cool. Yep. One for her.
So, what brings you to this part of the neighborhood?
Yeah, it's just, something's always happening at the yawning portal, right?
Yeah, fights, people going down with a big hole, you being here after leaving a shady note at some guy's place. Lots of stuff happening.
Lots of stuff happening. Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean a note? What note?
Well, I was going to see my friend Imdarr at his house, but he wasn't home. And I saw a note, and I thought, maybe he left it for me. That would have been right?
Yeah, it probably was. It probably was for you. That makes a lot of sense. And kind of, it makes it, yeah. Shit. No, yeah. I think that's what happened. So is Imdarr here? I mean, not that I know. Not that I know.
He should be coming soon, I would think.
Oh, that's good.
Do you want to come meet my friends? Because they're going to meet Imdarr too.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll lead him back to the table.
Hey.
You want to cast Zone of Truth now or later?
Now would be good.
Just gonna tap, cast Zone of Truth.
I feel like the Yawning Portal would have a policy about that. We can't be the first people to try something like this, and I doubt it ends well.
Hey. You gotta pay. You gotta pay to cast spells in here.
Oh. How much?
What are you casting?
Zone of Truth.
Second level.
Oh, that one's only a gold.
Oh, I'll pay it.
As long as it's not Fireball.
Who would do that?
You'd be surprised.
That's not a thing that... Okay, well...
Okay.
Hello there.
Hey, hold on, let me find his stats so I can roll a save. Oh, good. Nope. He has to tell the truth.
So, before we start questioning, Augury, what does the next 30 minutes of this man's future look like?
Of this guy's future? Whoa. And that's where we'll end tonight. Yay.
All right.
Okay. Good game, everybody. outros and plugs. Dan.
Hi, my name is Dan. I also go by Daniel, but you can call me at LightningFast11. I am in 2 other shows, Must Be Fate, on at must be underscore no wait at must be Faye underscore T on Twitter. And I'm also in Horrible Barovia Time, which I think is at Horrible Barovia on Twitter. And you should watch those shows. They're fun. And you should also come back here in 2 weeks when we interview this guy. Interview.
Interrogate.
I like to use softer language sometimes. That's it.
Liz.
I am Liz. You can follow me on Twitter. It should be Liz HORUN. Should be simple. It's my name. Yep.
Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay Rashu. You can also find me on Twitter at Jay Rashu if you would like to follow me on Twitter for some reason.
And Mira.
Hi, I'm Mira. You can follow me both on Twitter and at Instagram at Birds and Nerds. I actually have been posting quite a bit recently. Had some extra time to do some art, so if you want to see some cool art, I guess, I don't know. Follow me there.
Awesome. I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton. Twitch.tv/LaughingDragonIn. YouTube.com/God of Roads. Follow the stream on Twitter at LaughINNDragon. Next week for Halloween, we have a very spooky episode of Strike Team Beta where they have to go maybe deal with some blood magic, and it's all fine.
Spook Team Beta.
Spook Team Beta.
Strike Team Boo.
Ooh.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Where did you get that?
Dollar store.
Where did you have?